Hi, I'm Tommy. If you're not at 216 Creator Studios, this is what it sounds like. Now, if you are at 216 Creator Studios, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah! 216creatorstudios.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome again. Welcome back to Around the Piano. I'm Tim Paul, and our buddy here, Drew and Nico, are both behind the camera.
What's up, folks? It's your boy Cappuccino behind the scenes here at Around the Piano, the fastest growing podcast at 216 Creator Studios. If you like what you see here today, don't be afraid to go to that old Google box, type in YouTube, 216 Creator Studios, live tab. Make sure you what, Tim? Like, share, and
subscribe.
That's right. Don't forget to ding that bell for future notifications. We appreciate the support. Tim, listen, we just got through all of the NAMM 2025 stuff, and I'll tell you, I'm really excited about the episodes that we had put out. But now we are back to the norm where we have nothing but great people coming on this show.
We do.
And you know, you always check us out, usually on Thursday, 7 p.m.
Usually that's where you can find us. Count on finding us there.
We will run a couple oddball episodes out there based on promotion. So always ding that bell. You know, that's how you're going to know that you're going to get notified. You don't want to miss an episode.
Nope. You won't miss it. If you, as long as you ding our bell, you will get it. And we like to have our bells dinged.
I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go.
That's
okay, so we're gonna move away from dinging bells.
So this is the first episode, post NAMM episode that we've actually done.
That's right.
So we still have the NAMM background up here.
We do, because you know what? It was so fun.
It was so fun.
And the background's so awesome. It makes me feel like I'm still in Cali. I like to say Cali, like I'm hip, like the kids today. Nico, is that what they say today? Is it Cali? Is it? I don't know. There's so many new terms out there for things.
Well,
I was told I was sus once. I don't even know what that means.
You know.
So listen, we have, first and foremost, we have two great people to introduce today. And I'm going to let you throw that ball out there. Because I'm really excited about today's episode.
I'll tell you what, our very first guest, which will lead into our second guest, by the way, but our very first guest is a music editor and publisher of Contemporary Fusion Reviews.
That's right.
And she recently reviewed our second guest. So we're going to talk to her about that a little bit, and then we'll bring on Mr. Ed Bazel. But first, Beth Ann Hilton, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tim. Hi, everybody. So great to be here.
Good to see you, Beth.
Yeah, great to see you again. It's been a while, but so tell us a little bit about the publication a little bit for those who may not be aware of it.
Yeah, this is contemporaryfusionreviews.com. Real easy. It has been around for over a decade. I did not start the magazine. It is the brainchild of a wonderful jazz writer and player named Dick Metcalf. And his whole life has been dedicated to jazz and alternative jazz in all forms. So he was going to retire. And I said, you have this, hundreds of pages of reviews and this wonderful archive. Please don't let me buy the magazine from you and we'll keep it going. So that's how it came about. And, I fund it, I write for it, I look for more writers. Welcome to join us in that effort. Dick is still writing. He writes the best jazz reviews. And that's what we do. We just, keep a lot of the indie scene coming through, some of the major labels too. And it's also expanded to world music, contemporary instrumental, piano, and wellness music too. So, yeah.
How cool would it be if there was reviews by Cappuccino?
Whoa.
I know.
That could be taking it to the next level.
Well, because I'm so talented, as we were discussing in the green room. I can play just at every instrument. It just never sounds like when other people play it. And it's an art form in itself.
I would love that.
Beth,
you probably have so many artists coming through, and they don't have to be long reviews. The readership, focus is tighter now. So, a few paragraphs, a couple stars, and.
Well, listen, I'll put my name in the hat, but just to let you know, Beth, all the reviews would sound like this. Well, they're definitely better than me.
Yeah, I need a little more depth than that.
A little bit more.
That's as good as it gets. ChatGPT will have to handle the rest. I don't know.
Most likely.
No, I can see that a mile away when that happens.
Well, that's awesome. So that's contemporaryfusionreviews.com. So check that out. And tell us a little bit. Our next guest is Ed Bazel, and I know you recently reviewed Ed there. And tell us a little bit. Tell us what you want us to know about Ed Bazel.
Oh my gosh, Ed Bazel, first of all, is a phenomenal human being. That's the first thing I would say, and pianist as well, and composer. I could go on and on, but we did a feature story about him. It really gives a great, quick look at all of the different facets of Ed Bazel, because, not only is he a pianist and composer, but he's renowned in the booking world as well. And he's also a very goal-oriented person. So I found that very interesting, the different ways that he's gone about achieving incredible goals, from biking across the country to climbing mountains. So maybe you can ask him for those details.
Wow.
And he also believes greatly in giving back to the community. So he's got a charitable organization connected to his international music radio show, The River of Calm. So there's a lot for you guys to dig into there. But I love what he's doing with headphones for chemotherapy, and getting those into clinics around the country to help people relax and listen to calming music while they're getting their treatment.
Yeah, that's such an important part. Music is definitely a medicine. Yeah. And anytime that you can infuse that music to help somebody, I think it does make a big difference in people's lives. And I think it helps in the just the healing process. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, when you're fighting for your life and you have to hear everything else around you and the machines and everything, what a gift, to be taken away into that calming space. So, it's something that came out of personal experience for him, and he's grown it. And what's great is it's now positioned in a way that if you or I wanted to bring that program to a clinic near us on behalf of our loved ones, that can be done, a few simple steps that he outlines for people. So, I just admire it greatly when artists are so well-rounded.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're excited to talk to Ed about that for sure. That's something that takes it beyond just sitting behind an instrument and just playing it. It shows that you care about your fellow person out there. So that's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what else is new with you, Beth? What's going on with you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I am headed out to Vegas to work a big event out there soon. I am working with another ambient electronic record label called Spotted Peccary. And they are, this is on more of a consulting side.
Sure.
And I just found out today, one of our our new albums is #1 on the NACC music charts. So that made me happy. That was a radio effort.
Yeah.
And, I'm just really into wellness music myself, and the power of music and healing. So whether that is in the playing of the music or the recording and sharing and receiving of it, I think right now we're on this interesting precipice of all of the new age people that kind of said this about music going back to the 70s are now being validated by science and tech, who are starting to realize the power of music and quantify it, and study it. So that's something I watch closely and write about too. So I'm excited to see that.
That is, and it's the history of that, how that has come about is interesting, because it used to be, in the 80s and early 90s, you would find that music in the Hallmark store where you would buy these CDs, and that was the type of music that you would find there. But it has evolved now. It is so you can find it anywhere now, online, and it just makes a big difference in people's lives now. It's found a new life of its own, I think, in today's world. No doubt.
Yeah, and it skyrocketed during the pandemic, especially with people wanting to, keep their kids calm, whether we're in the lockdown, to calm themselves, to get to sleep and deal with anxiety.
Yes.
So it really got a big boost at that point. So that was exciting to see for a, if you're looking for a silver lining, put it that way. At least it was there for us to tap into.
Yeah, you don't see the younger generation without an earbud in or a headphones on. The world of anxiety today is labeled so strong, and it is. Music is therapy. It calms the beast. I know all 30 of my personalities enjoy the therapeutic sounds at night.
Only 30.
Well, there's about 300 people living in my house. 30 of them are only me, and I only have 2 kids and a wife. So realistically, there's a lot of personalities going on there. But listen, I have kids on the spectrum, and my oldest, who's a little bit on the ADHD side of things and a little bit OCD, she uses music as the distraction. So now, listen, I cannot focus on creating a contract or something while I'm listening to music at the same time. My brain doesn't work that way. But I'll watch this girl put on her earphones, listen to the music she enjoys. And of course, she's young, so it's at decibels to where I can hear them outside of her earphones and accomplishing things to where if she takes those off, she's lost. She doesn't know. There's no guidance, right? Mm-hmm. So I really love the fact that you say that it is medicine, because it is. It's therapy. It's medicine. It's been proven with PTSD. It's been proven with OCD, OCPD, ADHD, any of the thousands of labels that we have out there right now. And COVID was a damaging part of that. Mm-hmm. And then everybody trapped in their house for a long time. And, listen, as a shy Italian, we would do dinner, and we would be the Rat Pack in the background, right? That's how we do our Sunday dinners. And that was a hand-me-down from, my parents, from grandparents, my parents to us. And that's even with my kids, they're like, oh, put on a little more Dean, it's like, oh, I love hearing that. I'm a huge Dean Martin fan. And listen, and I don't want to take up any more time because we got to bring Ed in, but I love the fact that even though it's spelled differently, that it's basil. So I'm going to go with you. Nobody hates basil. You can't. It's an awesome seasoning, awesome herb.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but of course, the gardeners have arrived, so this is perfect timing.
Oh yeah, no, that's all right.
That sounds really good. Okay, we got one last quick question for you.
Yep.
Then. It's real easy, but we ask everybody. What's your favorite cheese?
I couldn't even hear that.
What is the gardener?
You just walked by with a lawnmower. I'm so sorry.
What is your favorite cheese?
Oh, Manchego.
Ah,
nice.
Easy.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's good cheese.
I like the dry, the little more crumbly.
Yeah.
Just a step away from Parmesan.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Listen,
We'll
she's got a
take
little
that
bit
note.
of a
That was a different answer
There's a
than we had.
classification going on with that.
Yeah, how
Love
about
it.
that?
Love it. Yeah, I'm your bag boy in Vegas, right? So that's fine. I'll
There
see you
you
there. We'll get you all set up. No big deal.
Drew has a history. He is a chef as well as a
Yeah. 20 years as chef. Yeah.
So
This is why I'm candy coated.
yeah, exactly.
You know, never trust a skinny one. That's all I'm telling you. You know,
it's true.
I will take any and all Vegas tips. I'm taking off tomorrow, so email me.
Yes. Save your money, don't gamble. There's the best tip I can give.
All right. Beth, thank you again for being with us. We'll do this again soon. Maybe we can chat with you when we talk to Ann Sweeten later in the month. We're planning on getting together.
That would be amazing. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Thank you so much.
All right.
Really cool. I love Beth.
She's great.
You know what? She's such a wonderful person, and we're just I'm new introduced to her. And she just is such an authentic soul, and she's doing all the right things out there with people. And I'm really looking forward to doing more with her. So, until next time, folks, man, stay tuned because this woman's got it going on. There's no question. No question to it.
We've already got plans. This next NAMM show, we're going to be getting together, and it'll be we'll do some fun things together next January.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. I'm looking forward to that. I still need a break from all the editing from this year.
Just a little break.
Just a wee bit. Just
you can have July
off. Without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and bring Ed in. Ed, how are you?
Hey
sir?
there. First, I want to thank Beth. I want to thank you, Tim and Drew, and your 30 personalities, and Nico for having us on here.
Oh,
nice.
We're glad to. Thank you so much for being with us here. We're looking forward. You've got quite an interesting piano career, so we're really interested in getting some of the people that watch our show to get to know you a little bit better.
That's right.
Thanks.
One of the things that we definitely want to talk about the headphones for chemotherapy, and we'll get into that. But first, give us a little background on you, the beginnings. And one thing that really stood out to me was that the Beatles were an early influence to you.
Yes, they were. And I have to blame this all on my parents. They forced me to take piano lessons for 11 years. My older sister was taking them. She was 3 years older. We would drop her off, my mom and I, for 30 minutes and go about until my mom had the brilliant idea. If she dropped me off also, there would be an hour of freedom without kids. So that's how it happened. And I was forced to take lessons. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy being called off the street playing football with my mom saying, Eddie, time to practice piano. Oh, God.
Here we go.
Yeah, but I did have Sinatra, Dean Martin, all those greats on the stereo that my parents played. And I specifically remember being on the floor watching the Beatles at Ed Sullivan and thought that the power of music, that's what connected. I was too young to know it, but I witnessed the power of music, and that's been a theme in my life. So, I had lessons for 11 years, but I went to school, have a business degree, computer programming degree, and then I told my parents, I'm going to play the piano for a living.
Oh, but that went well.
Yeah, when they released their chokehold on me, I said, because you forced me to take lessons for 11 years. But frankly, it was the best gift they have ever could give me in my life. And they're long gone. And even to this day, I still thank them up above for doing that and steering me into the music community. I'm just so lucky to be able to do this.
Well, and the world is a better place. I've listened to your recordings, and the world is definitely a better place with your music out there. And I know you've gone from playing, a lot of covers in the early days because you played a lot of the hotel deal.
I did. I was played. I was lucky enough to play like the Beverly Hills Country Club, the Ritz Carlton. But I was a human jukebox. I was playing all types of styles. Blues, jazz, great American songbook. And my most favorite, most popular request was, the answer to it was of course I can play Misty, and the restroom is that way. So
That's excellent.
yeah.
Sure,
So, but
you
yeah,
couldn't get by without playing Misty back in those days.
yeah, no kidding. I still love the Great American
Oh,
Songbook, and oh, those songs and the lyrics are amazing. But that's I've been a mimic of all different styles until now that I'm recording my own original music, which has been nobody's style, and it's been an amazing result out of this.
it is. It's very unique, and I have to say, it's very calming as well. It makes it's music. When I hear your original, it just feels like you can sit, you can relax, and you actually think through things. I play it. I was playing it the other day when I was just working at my desk in the office, and it was wonderful. It actually it helped me work through the task that I had to do that day. So I
I
enjoyed it.
appreciate that very much. I'm not trying to be anyone else. It took me a long time to get to the space of just relax into it and let it come out. And I don't have fancy runs and fireworks going. That's just not who I am.
Hmm.
But I agree with you that music is calming and music is healing, very much so. Mm.
Absolutely. Now, when you go about writing, does a song and a melody come to you? Do you purposely sit down and try to write something?
It's I have a continuous movie soundtrack going in my head, and and then my iPhone, if I can get to the piano and at least knock out a melody, I probably have 800 or 900 snippets of songs on my phone.
Sure.
Uh, and then, it comes to me at the gym while I'm walking the dogs. I wake up to it. It just appears. And I like my music would be melodic, thoughtful, romantic, and sometimes haunting in
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah. So,
that comes through for sure.
oh, thanks. And I've
Yeah.
been very lucky. Um, the well, I was the pianist for all these years at the hotels, and that was a great job making a living with my hands and my soul.
Right.
That was cool. But I also realized when I would go into an agent's office to pick up a check, they would call me more. So I thought, wait a second, I can computerize your agency with my database. So I got into the agent side of things, and that became a whole different thing. An amazing run. I've had bookings from the Great Wall of China all the way to the U.S. ambassador to the Vatican and Rome. I've
Right.
worked with a bad company, Foreigner, Huey Lewis and the News. It just goes on and on. I've been so lucky. And then COVID happened, and the concert business completely gone. That's when I went back to the piano, and I thought, I should record something of my own.
Yeah.
So I did, and I've now recorded 6 CDs. The last 3 have been at Abbey Road Studios in London, which ties back to the Beatles. And not only Abbey Road Studios, but specifically Studio 2, where the Beatles recorded. Not only Studio 2, but the back left corner where they set up is where they set up the piano, the grand piano. And it's still the same wooden floor. And that was, at the time, it was profound. But it just, how did I get here? And by the way, although my parents were long gone, I wore my dad's cufflinks to those recording sessions just as a way to bring them with me. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's so very cool. But just being able to play on the same piano that the Beatles recorded on, that had more than a thrill.
Oh, yeah. And then in the corner is the upright Mrs. Mills piano that they recorded Lady Madonna on. Those things. It's just like, this is incredible.
Right?
And yeah, and get this, I'm gearing up to go back this fall. So Yeah, it's just a beautiful place to record. The engineering is amazing. They're so professional. And yeah, I'm a very, very lucky man.
That's, in fact, when you're there, we're going to put in a request. Give us a buzz when you're there, and we'll go live and broadcast just so we can see it live with you.
Sure. And
Yeah.
if you happen to be in London on those days,
Okay.
I know how to get you in there. Okay.
Okay. That's very good.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. It's just an amazing thing to experience. But then again, I'm a music. I am a drop to my knees and thank the heavens above for
Yeah.
the love of music type of guy. So this stuff is like I'm geeking out. It's so cool. And so, anyways, so
It's very
that's
cool. And it is. It's a gift. It's a gift. And the opportunities that you've had because of your gift are kind of what makes a lot of things all worthwhile.
well, I'm very lucky, but I've also met a a number of pianists around the world, and especially I have a project I started when I was running the concert agency. I needed calming music like you, to relax me and stuff. So I started an online radio station called The River of Calm, music to soothe your soul. And
Mhm.
it started with me and a buddy of mine, Eric Bikalis, who was the music director for the Pointer Sisters and Neil Sedaka. We had about 10 songs and 2 listeners. The listeners were me and my dog. Okay. Fast forward now, we're in about 160 countries. We have 270 independent artists,
Okay.
and we focus on not only music but music and health articles on music and health, music and PTSD, dementia, all those things, because music is very powerful. And
Yeah.
I just have to mention one other thing on this River of Calm. I once watched a documentary on YouTube from Alive Inside, which is a Sundance Film Festival winning documentary. They
Mhm.
tracked a New York, I believe, a New York physician bringing in headphones to dementia patients and putting them on with music from like their high school years, and just to watch them wake up. Uh, that is stunning to me. So I called Michael, the executive director, and I said, how about we use your proprietary headphones filled with the music of the River of Calm, and we'll donate them to chemotherapy centers. And so that's what we do. We have 1,000 of them we're donating to chemotherapy centers. And I'll just back this up. I don't have it, but my father had leukemia. My mother and sister passed from breast cancer, and I
And so it's
this is
personal
much.
to you. Yeah.
It is. I used to play piano at the Vanderbilt Cancer Center waiting room for people, and talk about a profound experience, that music connecting on such a deep level that people would come up with tears in their eyes
Sure.
and thank me for this. And that to me, that music helping people in such distress is the highest and best use of music that I can provide, and the artist on the River of Calm can provide. So I'm very proud of that. And I have to say, it's much easier than the fundraiser I did for my dad when he had leukemia. I organized a fundraiser for the City of Hope, which is a cancer research facility out
Mhm.
in Duarte, California. We rode bicycles, my buddy and I, from the Santa Monica Pier to St. Augustine, Florida, to raise money for the City of Hope. That that was before electric bikes, by the way. And that was 8 states, 278 cities and towns, and 3,000 miles, and a license to eat. Other than that, this headphone thing is much easier than that to
In
do.
comparison, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
If there's
anyway,
a care center that would want to take advantage of this, how would they get in touch with you to organize that? To get
absolutely. If they just look up the River of Calm, we have contact information. We have all the directions. It's easy to do. And it's very satisfying to see the end result of people and the artists that are on the River of Calm, don't providing their music to make this happen.
Sure,
So
sure.
yeah, so the riverofcalm.com is what you want to see.
All right, we'll get that up on the screen too. But that is
Thank you.
definitely something that I think everybody would be in favor of in promoting, because it's got to help the families of the person going through that to know that their loved one is feeling a little better or getting some kind of an encouragement from the music playing through their
Right,
head.
and comfort during such a surreal, awful time.
Right.
I agree. And again, going back to that theme that music is healing, it might not cure, but it can certainly make us more comfortable and get us through some very rough times.
Absolutely. Wow. I've always believed, before it became popular, but I do believe music can be a form of medicine. And like you said, it may not cure, but it's going to make the process that you're going through, and it does help with the encouragement, and it lifts the spirit of the person going through.
It does. I even go back to the Beatles and recognizing the power of music. I've had those experiences in my music career where I've gotten some amazing results, and I don't care about the popularity or look at me stuff. I just am in awe of the power that music can have to the human spirit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I can play Misty too. So,
well, you know what we'll do too is if you look at that description below, folks, there will be a link there going right to the riverofcalm.com.
Thank you, Drew, and your 30 personalities. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, they're arguing right now, but that's fine. I'm used to it. This way, listen, check them out. We're looking at the website in the background here. What a great thing that you're doing. You're doing the Lord's work, my friend. Very impressive.
I'm trying to make up for a lot of past sins, evidently, to do this.
We all, though.
Yeah. Some more than others.
Yeah, but the bottom line, I drop to my knees and thank the heavens above. Love and passion for music. That's where this all comes from, and we're not here by accident. I'm so glad to meet you all and to be a part of this.
Oh, and we're thrilled to have you here. Hopefully, this is just the beginning of an ongoing relationship, and to have you back anytime. And
thanks.
We got to get together at the next NAMM show. We'll definitely do something.
And this fall we'll live stream. From
Abbey Studios.
There you go. Yeah.
Two real questions for you, Ed. First question being, if you had to give advice to an up-and-coming artist in today's society, what advice would you give them?
Well, my parents would say get a real job, but Lord knows I heard that a lot. Yeah. But follow your heart. Follow what's inside of you. Don't try to be somebody else. If you can listen quietly, and then for the person inside of you and what's inside of you, and then lastly, show up. Just show up daily. I do that daily. This is, by the way, a Kawai keyboard for digital audio work. This is my second car. It's a Yamaha C7 concert grand piano.
Oh,
and
there you go. There you go.
Even though I am about 6 months out from the Abbey Road sessions, I practice daily. Every single day I sit down, just because it just gets you that tiny bit better. So by the time I get there, it's like, it's another day to record. Let's get it done. And it takes the fear out of what Abbey Road can be, as Elton John said, very scary to record in. But that takes the fear out. And so I just think, just show up, and the time combined adds up to some amazing results.
Well, I think it's fantastic that you've already recorded at the Abbey Road Studios, and to go back for a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was this your Christmas album that you recorded there previously?
This will be my third time.
Third time. My
Yes.
mistake. Well, it's
Yeah.
the time I've made a mistake this year.
Well, I'll tell you what. You said the word Christmas. We do a mashup. We'd love to have Ed log in. And
Cool.
song for us.
That would be
Yep.
awesome. You could meet the real Santa, because we always have the real Santa on board for our holiday matchups.
Yes. You guys have connections there.
We-
I've recorded 3 albums there, 2 originals and 1 Christmas album. I'm going back to record another originals album, a second Christmas album, and then 6 more Beatles covers to go along with the 4 that I have from the previous albums, which have gotten these albums. I never went to that studio to think, oh, I'm going to get famous or anything. I could care less about that. I just wanted that experience of being there and, being in that genre or that location. And believe me, there's an energy in that room. When you walk from the control room, open the door that goes down the stairs to Studio 2, you can feel a vibe. It's phenomenal.
I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. It's got to be
So
fun.
experience is the real reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we visit Blueberry,
That's
that's
right.
what you take with you. So,
And the thing is that I didn't see out of this, or these 2 albums, or now 3 albums from Abbey Road, have either won or have been nominees or finalists in over 20 awards. And I'm like, you're kidding. That was there. I never expected that, but I'm so thrilled, and I still thank my parents above for making this possible.
Exactly.
And by the way, I'm going to record a couple of blues songs too for Beth. I do have that other side of me. I would have been, had it been for an unfortunate bicycle accident when I was a kid. I broke my radius in ulna. There went my career of being the first blue-eyed funk guitar player for Earth, Wind and Fire.
There you go. It could have happened. What
It could have. And I got stuck with the piano. But I'm thrilled to be here with all the different pianists that are out there. I look at us as all different flavors of ice cream. We all have our different styles, Yeah. So I'm just thrilled to be here and to hang out with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm already looking forward to the Abbey Road tour episode. That'd be fantastic. Now that's coming in the fall, right? September, October?
In the fall. I'll send you the dates. Yeah.
Awesome.
How cool.
Yeah. So, but it means while other people are out running around, I'm showing up at that piano and going over the songs and notating, oh, breathe here, relax here, all those things to really, to make the songs really gel. Yeah.
It'd be exciting. I can't wait to hear the finished product when it's all done. That'll be fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, you know what is really cool, though, what I love and what I'm hearing and gathering, and we just met 20 minutes ago, is the fact that you're playing, and everything you do, you're doing it all for the right reasons. You're not doing it out of vanity. You're not doing it to make a buck in the music industry. You're doing it for all the right reasons. You're helping people with your music, and it's coming back to you because of that's the way that you're presenting it. So you have our admiration for that, no doubt.
I appreciate. I'm not a me, look at me person. That is zero in my DNA. It's just I drop to my knees and thank the heavens above that I can do this for a living.
Yeah.
How fantastic. Yeah, what a great guy.
News.
Oh, thanks, man.
And you're awesome. We appreciate you on the show.
Thanks. And I appreciate you guys having me and getting this message out about the headphones, which, by the way, we donate. There's no cost to this. We donate them to chemotherapy centers.
Man.
We will get the word out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we all know people who are going through, and we've had friends and relatives that have gone through it over the Yeah, over the last several years. And so we will spread that word and make them aware that that's possible and put them onto.
Yep. Got a friend
River.
right now in his 40s.
You do.
Stage 4, pancreatic and liver cancer. With a mindset of a champion, the strongest man alive. Shout out to Chris Pry.
Nice.
And the results now are that it has shrank. He's a fighter, man. He was
nice.
Beat me, and he did all the right stuff, right mindset.
Yeah.
I think mindset really helps, and you pop those earphones on and it's going to keep you it's going to give you that therapeutic mindset that's going to keep you in that battle.
Amen. I agree. And if we can just have that little bit of difference, add that little bit of difference to make a difference in their lives, that is the highest and best use of music in my mind.
100%, man. 100%. Well, we have one final question that Tim asks. Two. Okay.
Two final. One.
Okay, you hit it.
What was the piano that you first learned to play piano on? Your parents forced you to take piano lessons. So what kind of piano did they have at home for you to practice on?
Don't laugh, but it was a pink upright piano in my sister's bedroom. Oh God! But I remember playing
just the same kind of piano Nico has.
Pretty much,
in his bedroom.
I remember playing Moon River on that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going out of my head, those type of things. So that it was a great start, and now I've played on amazing pianos. I'm, how do I put this? I've been named the worldwide brand ambassador for Kaiserberg, which is a line of artist pianos from Pearl River Piano. And who would have thought? So I'm thrilled on this, and I just love, and I mean love, the sound of the piano and the spaces between the notes also. They speak volumes.
They really do, right? People don't understand that if you don't play, but there's more music between the spaces of those keys than anything. Absolutely.
I think some other stuff is just way too busy for my tastes. It fits other people. But yeah, I love that. You'll hear it on my albums. I'll put it that way.
Absolutely.
I love that.
All right, final question.
Yep.
And you got a hint of it before, so you should be prepared. What's your favorite cheese?
Parmesan Reggiano, and I've been to the Holy Land and been to Parma. So yes,
very good. That's right, because you did play. Didn't you play for the Pope? Did I hear that correctly?
No, I didn't. When I was in my booking career, that's a whole different story. We used to provide the entertainment for the United States ambassador to the Vatican's 4th of July party every year. Okay. So I spent a lot of time in Rome. And and I was just like, I don't want a real job. This is so cool.
Well, you keep up not having a real job, and we will definitely catch up with you again in the future, and we'll definitely see you this fall.
That's a plan.
Sure.
Absolutely.
See a show in the future called Basil and Cappuccino.
There you go.
A little Parmesan, a little parm. Right,
that could happen.
Take it east. You come out to the town area, my friend. I'll make sure
that sounds like a plan, man.
Abbey Road.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll catch up with that too. And Tim, Drew, and Nico, thank you so much for having me on here.
Well, thank you, Ed Bazel. And we're going to have a little music from Ed, I guess, at the tail end of the show here. So we'll listen to that as we fade out.
Yep.
Oh, only listen to the good notes, okay?
Only the good notes, yeah, and the spaces in between the notes.
Well, right after this commercial, you will see that video.
Exactly.
For sure.
So
all right. Keep on.
Keeping on.
That's right.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for taking a coffee break with us. We'll be back to our program in a minute. But hey, Drew, let's talk Piano Trends music for a minute here.
Piano Trends, one of my favorite conversations. We're talking trumpets. We're talking pianos. We're talking saxophones, trombones, trumpet, you name it, guitars, acoustical guitars, customized guitars, lessons. Listen, books. They got everything. Pianotrends.com. Please check them out. Tim, what is it that you're known for at Piano Trends?
Service, rentals, sales, repair, lessons, everything. We're the small shop that does everything in our community.
Love it. Check them out. Shoot them a quick address if they want to come visit you.
35 Berkshire Drive, Crystal Lake, Illinois. But you can find everything on the website at pianotrends.com.
pianotrends.com. Thanks, folks.
See you later.